fabulous Alley on Main Street restaurant.
Submit your Heart for Healing nomination to WGNS.
The Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and online at WGNSradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday morning edition of the Roundtable Show with your hosts, Rick and Wayne. We come to you every Tuesday morning here at WGNS in Murfreesboro. We got a great show on tap today. It's a little chilly out today, Wayne. I think I woke up this morning, it was in the low 30s.
Well, it is the end of November, and it's Thanksgiving. And,
we've had such a mild winter. I opened the door to let my horses out today, and my mare went out and looked both ways, and she turned around. She didn't want to go out. So I was like,
well, my car's under a tree, so I didn't have any frost, but all summer it dripped on the car from the sap, so I had to wash it just about every day. So kind of grateful for the cold, and of course grateful for Thanksgiving. It's it's the best holiday because you don't have to give gifts, and you eat and you watch football and enjoy family and friends. So I don't know if it can be any better than that.
Amen. Yeah, I went to Jamestown, rode horses all weekend, about 33 of my good friends, so we had a large gathering, but a lot of turkeys were sacrificed for our weekend.
I tell you what, I'm watching your trail ride, that little video clip, I'm going, wow, I'd sure hate to tumble down with a horse down that hill.
Don't have anything on us.
So, but I'm glad you had a good time. Rick, we do have a great show this morning. We have 3 fellow Rotarians, not from the Smyrna Club, but we're going to talk about some goings on here in Murfreesboro. And this morning we have a good friend, community leader, big time Rotarian, Randy Allen, COO of Habitat, and a great friend that Rick and I had a long time friendship with. As the former director of finance for Rutherford County, Lisa Nolan, and of course we all like her spouse Mac, so we'll give him a shout out. And then we have Andrew Peck, who met Peck. I'm sorry. I can't read my own writing, Andrew. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Andrew Peck with Liberty Federal Credit Union, and very nice to meet you. And this is a lot of fun for us to have a room full of Rotarians. So welcome all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We usually try to get our guests to tell a little something about them, or a lot about themselves if they desire. Randy, why don't we start with you, and you can, we'll just move right around the table with Lisa and Andrew.
Okay, well, thanks for having me, Wayne and Rick. This was kind of a surprise. I'm glad we got to come and visit with y'all. Lisa and I had visited your Rotary Club a few weeks ago, and so very fortuitous that we were there and y'all asked us to join you. So I am, as you mentioned, I am the COO for the Rutherford County area Habitat for Humanity right here in Murfreesboro. We build all over the county, but currently we're working on a subdivision out off of Twin Oak Drive between Las Casas Highway and Halls Hill Pike. The development itself will have 76 homes when it's completed. We're in phase 2 of a 4-phase project. We've got we're going to dedicate a house in about 2 weeks. So that will make us right around 187 homes that Rutherford County Area Habitat has built in Rutherford County. A lot of families that are not having to worry about where to find affordable housing in Rutherford County. I tell people all the time that, we are committed to helping families achieve stability and financial literacy, and we're doing that through a housing ministry. We're a Christian organization, so we pray over our families, but they do a lot of the hard work. It's not all about prayer and money. It is some of it is about them doing 300 to 400 hours of work on their own home and other homeowners' homes. There's 50 hours of financial literacy, 30 pre and 20 post purchase. The houses are sold, they're not given away. These families have to remain mortgage ready the entire time they're in the program, and sometimes that's over a year. So they have to maintain to stay in the program. One of the things that people I don't think realize is that with our, I think if you've been living in Murfreesboro, you've seen your property taxes go up 48.2% in the last year. I mean, you just think about that for somebody, if you've got a kid or a grandkid that is coming out of your household and hoping to achieve the American dream in Rutherford County, to have a good job, something that pays well enough to afford a entry-level home, which right now is appraising at about $310,000 to $320,000. It's a good thing we have Habitat for Humanity in our community. Everything we do, every dollar we raise, it stays local. We don't get any assistance from any, Habitat's an international brand, but what we do stays local. We invest back into this community. Everybody that applies, and last year when we opened the application, over 600 people picked up applications. We got over 200 back, and we had to, our family selection committee and our board had to approve 22 families. And so the application will open again in March of next year for about 2 weeks, and we will be taking applications during that time, and hopefully there'll be more opportunity to talk about that as it gets closer. But the reason I feel so committed to Rotary is because of their investment back into our community. And every year, all three of our Rotary clubs come together, Smyrna, Murfreesboro Breakfast, and our Murfreesboro Noon Club come together and build all the walls for a house for a Habitat family. We do it inside the Lane Agri Park, and we've done that for several years, and that's an ongoing thing. We invest right back here into literacy and clean water and environment and safety of the mother and child. So anyway, that's everything I can say.
For the audience that may not know you like we do, where'd you grow up? Where were you educated? Maybe a little personal information like that would be good as well.
So I grew up here in Murfreesboro. I was, in Bellwood and Reeves Rogers and Middle Tennessee Christian School, and graduated from Oakland High School. Got my degree in. I've got a double major in sociology and political science.
Overachiever.
From MTSU. From MTSU, and so. I did like most kids, got out of school and went to work in one of the factories up in Smyrna. Y'all may remember Betterbilt, and had a great career there until my family opened a local business, Quick's Oil Lube. We were the first 10-minute oil change in Tennessee, right down on Broad Street, and we had 4 of those and sold them in the mid-2000s, and since then, I've worked for the metro government, the state of Tennessee, and now I'm here at Habitat.
Well, we're glad you finally found a home. So,
thank you.
Yeah, Lisa, about yourself, of course.
How far back you want to go?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's not go back to diapers, but
okay.
A little upbringing, if you will.
Okay. My dad. I'm gonna start with my dad. He was a basketball coach out of Franklin County. Okay.
Wow.
And my family is Lincoln County, in Winchester, Franklin County, and Moore County is where I graduated from. So my dad, just a trivia on MTSU with your thing. My grandfather is in the Hall of Fame at MTSU for lettering in football, baseball, and basketball.
Goodness.
I got no athletic talent. I played basketball. I played at basketball, and then so anyway, that didn't work. But anyway, I am from Moore County, and graduated from MTSU in '83. Back then, the environment was a hard place to find a job, so we moved to Murfreesboro. At that time, Mac was working at the distillery, and I was trying to find a job. And so the job I found was in Nashville, so he agreed to move to Murfreesboro. And I went to Nashville, and he went to Lynchburg. So anyway, that's how we got here, other than both of us going to school here. And then I started with the comptroller's office as an auditor. From there, career has always been in government.
I think Rick and I were always amazed at your knowledge with with the big numbers, because Rutherford County just kept growing and growing and growing, and trying to keep up with the money coming in, and of course it has to go out as well.
Yes. I always looked at the county budget as it's just a huge family budget. That's family in Rutherford County. It is our family budget. We had big mortgage payments for our buildings and whatnot. But, it's funny you say big numbers. It's just more zeros at the end. It's still the same, whether, small government, large government, it's still the same. More processing, more
Well, it was not only your knowledge, but I looked at a penny a whole different way. It was like a piece of pizza to her, and she could explain it to you, a part of a penny, because your tax dollar for every cent, you break it down in the cents. So there's big numbers, but she would break it down into the pennies, and I think it made, on layman's terms, it might have made people, because we racetracked 3 years in the 4 years I was on the commission, because we were building so many schools and we're so far behind when I came in 2006. So that was hard, especially when you come in as conservative minded, and here we are facing all this debt and things that were going on, and the way you would break it down to where we hopefully helped our constituents a little bit of trying to understand that through those meetings. But I felt like the 4 years on, we couldn't have got through it without Lisa. She was awesome.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
No offense to accountants, but some have a hard time explaining.
It's funny. I was in school trying to figure out whether at that point, do you become certified? Yeah. Do you not? It's like, who wants to be a certified public accountant? They're so boring.
Well, my son-in-law was a certified public accountant, and it's hard to explain things sometimes.
Yeah, I have a nephew, and I'm just shaking my head. I just don't know how you do it. Bean counter is probably the last thing in the world that I could do.
So, and I have a daughter who's a electrical engineer, works with all these defense contractors and stuff. And I told her, I said, look, Missy, you're not super smart. You're just smart in this area. Things that she looks at, it made sense to her. Accounting makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Anyway.
It's a talent. So, Andrew, your turn.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be the outlier. So I was born in Tallahassee, Florida. Grew up in Jacksonville. Went to Florida State. It was the only place I wanted to go. My parents went there. I've got aunts and uncles that went there. So I think I applied at UNF in Jacksonville as the just in case, but I was an early acceptance at Florida State, and it's where I was going. So ended up with a hotel restaurant management degree, which is what brought me to Middle Tennessee. And from 2001 until 2010, I managed hotels in Nashville, Brentwood, Franklin, and Smyrna. And just that sort of journey here ended up bringing me to Rutherford County as an affordable place to live, which would have been in 2003 when my oldest daughter was born. So it's not unlike what brings people to Rutherford County now.
Sure.
A little bit more affordable than other areas. So ended up getting out of managing hotels, but I come from a long line of puzzle solvers. So my grandfather was a master electrician. My dad's was a computer engineer before he retired. My brother is a police officer, so doing investigations. And we all have this insatiable need to solve puzzles, even when there's not a puzzle to solve. So thankfully for my wife, I found my way into mortgage, which is constantly solving puzzles to put together what we need to help someone get into a home or refinance their home, whatever it might be. So thankfully my work gives me lots of puzzles to solve, and I don't go home and try and solve things that don't need to be solved, because that's my tendency. So I've been in mortgage since 2016. I've done it all over Middle Tennessee and in some other states, but my office has always been here in Murfreesboro. So the majority of my business is in this area or outlying counties, Camden County, DeKalb County, a lot down in Suwannee and Franklin County. But over the last several years, I've helped hundreds of people either find a home, get into a home, buy a vacation home. Of course, in 2020, I helped lots of people refinance. It really is rewarding to talk to someone about what their goal is, whether it's buying their first home or downsizing or a vacation home, refinancing, whatever it is, and finding that solution to put them, either get them to their dream or put them in a better position. So but it's funny, I was telling you earlier, my first 2 cars were built in Middle Tennessee before I ever stepped foot in the state of Tennessee. So my very first car was a Nissan truck built in Smyrna. And then when I went to college, I bought or my parents helped me buy a Saturn that was built in Spring Hill. Back when it was the original Saturn plant, and I had no idea where Spring Hill, Tennessee was or where Smyrna, Tennessee was, and then here I am. So I've been here for over 20 years. So I guess in some way it was a premonition, right, that I kept getting these cars from up here. But as far as Rotary, so my older daughter's in school at UT. And while she was in the youth group age, did a lot of work with youth group at our church over at Blackman United Methodist. And that was sort of where I was pouring in my volunteer, and lots of hours doing that. And when she graduated, so my middle child, younger daughter, is not quite there yet. So I wanted to find a way to be able to give back and get connected to the places where you can give back. So Stacy Vincent, our club's president, invited me to come join, and looked into it and really felt like Rotary was a great way to get connected with ways to give back. And what's been the most amazing to me is we constantly have folks come talk to us that are dedicating their lives to giving back to the community one way or another through lots of nonprofits. And I knew there were lots of in Murfreesboro, but when I got into Rotary, it is humbling how many people in this community give themselves. So it's been great to be a part of that, and and work towards raising some money to help those folks.
Stacy is a former Smyrna Rotarian.
Okay, I don't know that I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
defector, huh?
Well, it's kind of neat that when you move from area to area, or maybe municipality because of your occupation or employment, but that you stay involved in Rotary. It's I think a lifelong commitment. Once a Rotarian, always a Rotarian, and I think that's pretty cool. So, go ahead.
I was going to say, Wayne, how long have you been in Rotary?
88, maybe 89. I think.
I know.
I think
when the Model A comes
if
out,
everything works out, I think Jeannie Williams and I will have had 36 years of perfect attendance, I believe.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's amazing.
And she just won't let me win. So, so we'll just keep the competition up. But it's just been, I started out with the Laverne Club, which was an off branch of the Smyrna, kind of like the Smyrna Club is an off branch of the Noon Club. And it's just, and then of course, my office went to Smyrna, so just made sense to drive just about a quarter of a mile down the road to eat lunch and fellowship with other Rotarians.
Mm-hmm. Rotary filled a void for me that in my job with the county, you just meet the same people, talk with the same people. The kids graduated high school, they no longer needed me to sell popcorn for band instruments and all that kind of stuff. We were, Paul Scarlett, Judge Scarlett's dad, invited me to speak. He was on having to fill speaker spots. Anyway, later he said, "Are you ready to join?" And it just hit at a right time. And like you, I enjoyed all the hearing about what's going on in the community, and it was a good opportunity for me to meet people that I would not ordinarily meet in my day-to-day. I would have never met you. I'd met you too. But that still that need to give back and do things. We don't sell popcorn anymore. But
Well, just the fellowship and that you get to experience and lifelong friends.
Yes.
And Rotary, of course, it's out there helping families and nonprofits, but we help each other. When we each go through loss or tragedy, Rotarians are there first, or they're nudging their way through your family and church friends too. But it's just they're there for you, and it's just so gratifying to be in a group that cares for each other.
And you might want to touch on how people would want to join. I mean, we talk about it, and it was an invitation to speak that I got involved, and then asked to be a part of, and I went down that road. What is this Rotary group? Exactly, and did a deep dive into it.
Well, years back, when I first began Rotary, there's still classification, but you could only have so many in each classification. And so if you had a banker, you may only have 2 bankers, or if you had 2 insurance agents, there would only be 2. But then International opened that up several years ago, and I think the best thing that International did was open the doors to females, which and I don't recall. I guess it was back in the 80s when that occurred.
I think that's right.
80s,
And
early
I think
80s.
Regina Moore was our first female member, and of course she's past president as well. And but we needed the females to get us off square one and to push us towards excellence.
Mm-hmm.
and I think that has happened.
And I think our first was Helen Colvin. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm newer to Rotary as well, but I mean, to me, the only thing that needs to unite people in Rotary is the spirit to serve and to work hard in the community. And so I wouldn't want to see any restrictions on who can be there at all, because including, whether it's industries or whatever it is. I mean, if there's 30 bankers that could make up a club, which would be frightening, but if there were 30 bankers that could make up a club, I don't know. But if that's what it ends up being, but that's the group of people that has the spirit to serve in the community, then that's who should be together, working together to help the community. So
Well, it's a club, so it evolves. I mean, if you figure out Paul Harris in 1905 and having the first meeting, sitting in an office with 4 of them, then to what it is today. And it was a networking group that's turned into what this, service above self. So we've got, what we're here to talk about with you guys today, as well as we do a fish fry in Smyrna, and as well as other Meals on Wheels that we volunteer for and everything else. So it's kind of, we've embodied that service above self as a club. And there's people out here, I hope, that are listening that would want to get involved in that, and we're looking to grow. We got free seats down in Smyrna. Come on down. So
yeah.
Well, and like you said, usually a Rotarian will invite you to the weekly meeting, and if you're interested, is kind of sneak a little proposal form for you to fill out, and then you get vetted, because we want good quality people that like Rick said, committed to service above self, and I've known of individuals in our club that have gone to Rotary and say, "Hey, would you invite me to Rotary?" And of course I go, "Darn tootin'."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
just the more the merrier, really.
I agree. One of our longest serving Rotarians was Bubba Woodfin.
Right.
You know,
Oh wow. Yeah.
50 years.
Yeah. just an amazing community leader as well.
So let's talk about y'all got an event coming up. We'll dive in that a little bit. And I'm sorry I called it coffee earlier, but it's Holly, so it's
There will be coffee.
There will be coffee.
Yeah, there will be lots and lots of coffee.
Well, I called. I mispronounced Andrew's last name.
That's
and I
okay, but-
apologize about that.
I have a
too.
funny story about that. When I applied for college, of course, it was all on paper. Somewhere, something that I filled out because I don't have the best handwriting, the C in my last name looked like an E, which somehow got registered. And I got two, I don't know if you remember applying for college when it's on paper, but all the stuff got mailed to your house. And I got two of everything from every college, one for Andrew Peck and one for Andrew Peak. And for a minute, I was like, well, maybe I apply for both. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll get in somewhere, not get the other. So,
Well, I think I'm better off having said peak
yeah.
rather.
So who got more scholarship offers?
I will say not many of us got scholarship offers. So, yeah, I think I got the state scholarship, which I promptly lost after the first year. So I don't recommend doing that. I recommend keeping your scholarship when you get it. So,
Good. So, Randy, tell us about hotcakes and Holly.
So,
Real quick, and we'll let you lead into it, and then we'll take our break, and we'll come back and dive into it. How's that sound?
Okay, that sounds great. This is a Rutherford County, Murfreesboro holiday tradition that is returning this year at Middle Tennessee Christian School on December the 9th from 7:30 to 11. We will be serving hotcakes and and sausage and cinnamon rolls and coffee and all of those things. We've got some booths this year. It's a new element to our event. Maybe some. I think Red Cross is going to be there signing people up for free fire alarms. We've got some maybe some craft booths, some people promoting their business. And then we've got some entertainment that'll be going on. Santa Claus is going to be there taking pictures, and it'll all be, if you've been before, that's great. Come on back. If you've never been, this is a great opportunity to come and see what the event is about, what Rotary is about, and to fellowship with our goal is to make this the biggest holiday community event ever. So we want everybody. We want people lined up to get in. So come on.
I thought you said booze at first.
We're just
Boy,
No booze.
That's right.
that'll be a draw.
I'm going to have to sit closer to Wayne.
Well, it's 9:36. Hopefully we'll be back after this break. Way it's going, I don't know. But it's 36 degrees out, so it's chilly. Grab your jacket if you're headed out the door. But we're going to take our first break, and we'll be right back with you in just a minute.
Hi, this is Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. You might know me as the voice of the Blue Raiders, but I want to be your trusted advisor in real estate. Whether you're buying or selling, it's time to choose Chip. Do you have a growing family and need to upsize? Are you an empty nester now and need to downsize? Are you thinking of selling your current home but just worried you can't find something else? Well, it's time to choose Chip. I'm looking to be your trusted advisor in real estate. I'm Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Rayburn Insurance in Smyrna.
Come see me, Rick Hall, at Rayburn Insurance in downtown Smyrna today.
Online at rayburn.net.
Molly, a manufacturer in Murfreesboro, has grown by more than 530 employees and expanded their facility by more than 100,000 square feet. Now they need additional workers. Molly recruiter Janice Denson said,
"We offer medical, dental, and vision insurance."
Molly Manufacturing on Butler Drive in Murfreesboro will host a job fair on November 28th and 29th.
Making offers on site.
The job fair on the 28th and 29th will be between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Submit an application in advance at jobs.molly.com. That's Molly, M-A-H-L-E.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by AmeriCare Pest Control and the law offices of John Day.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of John Day on your side, you don't have to go through any of it alone. We understand what you're going through, and we have the experience to get the answers, justice, and compensation your family deserves. Call the law offices of John Day.
Don't miss anything in our community. Learn about it on WGNS Good Neighbor Events. Why don't you try some ice skating at the Smyrna Outdoor Adventure Center at 100 Sam Ridley Parkway? The ice skating at the Smyrna Outdoor Adventure Center begins Saturday and continues through January the 7th. Again, that's at 100 Sam Ridley Parkway. Visit the Stones River Town Center on the Old Fort Parkway, and you'll find Santa. Also, the White Oak Holiday Bazaar is going on now through December 22nd at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Pottery, jewelry, paintings, soap, and much more, all made by local artisans. And that's at the White Oak Holiday Bazaar at the Art Center of Cannon County, Tuesday through Saturday, now through December 22nd. Remember, the Red Cross is critically low on blood, so please give the gift of life. Phone 800 Red Cross and make an appointment at a time that fits your schedule. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor Events.
Good Neighbor weather. We'll see sunny skies here this afternoon with a high in the mid-40s. Northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear and a low near 20. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 35.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
And good morning and welcome back to the second segment of Tuesday Mornings with Rick and Wayne. And this morning we have Randy Allen, COO of Habitat for Humanity, Lisa Nolan, the former Director of Finance for Rutherford County, and now a new friend, Andrew Peck, with Liberty Federal Credit Union. And we've talked some football off air, so I guess we'll leave it there. And we're going to talk about pancakes and cinnamon rolls and coffee, but no booze, right?
No,
it's a morning event.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's a great way to kick off your holiday season with Rotary at this event, and you'll probably see several people there and make some new friends. But I want to get Andrew to talk a little bit about sponsorship and our headline sponsors for this event.
Thanks, Randy. Yeah, I think first we need to thank St. Thomas Rutherford and MTSU, our two top-level sponsors. As a matter of fact, MTSU sponsored 2 times. So we've got the university and the athletic department sponsoring at one at the top level and one at the lower level. So, truthfully, we couldn't do any of this without our sponsors. So the sponsors are providing the donations that go to our foundation, where we give grants to community organizations that are helping our neighbors around us. So we need our sponsors as part of this. So also we've got F&M Bank sponsoring at one of the top levels, and then we've got local community organizations and companies like Roscoe Brown, Grandison Associates, Habitat for Humanity, thank you, Randy, Middle Tennessee Electric, Starbody Dental, and Stones River Watershed, along with about 20 other sponsors that have helped us along the way. So, as Randy mentioned, the event is December 9th. It is not too late to sponsor. So if you're not on the list that I just mentioned, we have sponsorship opportunities everywhere from $250 to $2,500, or really, we can be creative. So if you have an idea of a sponsorship level or some piece of the event you'd like to sponsor, we can come up with a way for you to participate and have your name out there at the event. So we are anticipating, I think, somewhere between 500 and 800 folks will come through. So 2 things will happen if you sponsor. Your name will be recognized with all of those guests that come to enjoy hotcakes and coffee, visit Santa, and also We got some entertainment coming, all of those things. So your name will be on placemats. You'll be recognized on our signage and our video and all of that. But the other piece of it is you will know that your donation is going to a foundation that is going to stay local. We're going to keep all of the money from this event in our local foundation and will be issued to local organizations. So we're right at reaching our goal, but who wants to reach a goal when you can blow a goal out of the water?
That's right.
So we would love for anybody listening today, whether you're an individual or an organization, if you have a heart for service and for providing a donation to an organization that will find a great use for that money. And of course, we are a nonprofit as well. So we would love to have anybody sponsor. So I'll go ahead and, I guess, give my information. So you can call me directly at 615-337-5853. So yes, I did just give my cell phone number on air, but please call me directly. You can even text me at that number. So 615-337-5853. Or you can email me at APEC, so APECK at libertyfcu.org. And just send an email. If you'd like to know the sponsorship level details, just email me and I can send it to you pretty easily. And we would love to have as many sponsors as possible.
Is the event on your website? I presume
yes.
We've
got it on the website, and I don't know if we've had any social media out yet, but that should be coming this week shortly. So you can find us at Murfreesboro Rotary on Facebook, and I will have more information there as well.
What about your website? What is that address?
We are at murfreesbororotary.com, I believe. Mm-hmm. I will give you that in 1 second.
I know I just perused y'all's Facebook page, and you've got the sign-up sheet as far as if you want to be a vendor or anything like that. I think you can
it's on Facebook.
Screenshot it and fill it out and get it in. It looks like y'all need to have it in by the 5th, so make sure you got slots all filled up. So
the thing that I enjoy, again, I've been in Rotary here for a bit, is that when I started Rotary a few decades ago, the three clubs, actually there was 4 clubs at the time, that we didn't really cooperate with each other, and I won't say that we were. I don't know that we were in competition. Maybe we are. Maybe we were. But I see in today's environment that the Smyrna Club is very supportive of any endeavor that the Murfreesboro clubs attempt, and we found that the Murfreesboro clubs are very supportive of our fish fry, and we're grateful to have that relationship with our 2 sister clubs.
I agree. I guess I look at Rotary, it's all one. We just have different locations of where people can fit their lifestyle to meet. If they want to serve, we'll find a Rotary that'll suit you.
Right.
Each one's a little bit different because, like you said, we all visit other clubs and things like that. Andrew, you're always welcome to come down. We have the best food in Tennessee. If you
I may or may not have snuck into your meeting a couple times, so I have some friends up there. So the food's pretty good. I'll give you that.
And our meetings now are at the Carriage Lane Inn here on Burton Street. So we've got some pretty good food.
Some pretty good food there.
Yeah.
There too.
What dates do y'all
we meet on Tuesdays at noon.
Yep.
And at Carriage Lane on Burton Street. One of the things I think, Wayne, is that I think that just makes us stronger. The stronger our relationships are with each club, within each club. I know you mentioned Stacy a while ago that was in your club that came to ours, but you've got several members from our club that came to you, and so Brian Hercules, for example, and I think that just that collaboration, that it just makes us not only stronger, but it also makes us more effective in what we do when we focus our efforts and combined efforts in this community. It just it's amazing what all of us are doing individually, and when we come together, all the things that we accomplish together. So.
I think the panel build's a perfect example of that. I think it would be a challenge for any one club to provide, maybe not the funding, but the hands needed to get that done. And it took all 3 clubs, and why not work together? We have 3 communities that have individual needs, or 3 organizations helping 2 communities, I guess, that have individual needs. But we're all part of Rutherford County, and there are needs that span the whole county. So why not stick together and work together?
Well, and I suspect, I don't know this for sure, but I suspect that we're all 3, as far as our clubs, probably supporting some of the same nonprofits. Be it food or housing or apparel.
Literacy.
Literacy. I think that's so cool. And I've driven through the subdivision there off of Twin Oaks, and that is so impressive.
So impressive. I mean, I was just saying, had a meeting yesterday, and the quality of what we're building here in Rutherford County compared to other habitats across the Middle Tennessee and across the state is just is such a high. We've set such a high bar. A lot of people, our construction director says that people ride through there all the time and say, "How do I buy a house here? How do I get it? How do I buy one of these?"
Sure.
And you can't. You have to go through the program in order to qualify. So it's really it's amazing.
Well, it's neat that I know Rick and Lisa and I all driven nails as well, and it's neat to see those homes that you maybe not only driven nails but wrote little notes of congratulations for their new home on the studs in the wall.
And if you've ever heard one of those homeowners, speak, like, I get to hear it all the time, but many of other people from the community and y'all have come and seen those dedications. It's just so you realize how impactful something like this is for somebody, just to give them a hand up, not a handout.
Sure.
And so, like I said, they are doing a lot of work in order to get to the point, and then have to maintain mortgage ready for that entire time. So.
You're listening to Randy Allen, Lisa Nolan, and Andrew Peck. They're all members of the Murfreesboro Rotary Club, and we're talking about this today, hot cakes and holly. It's going to be December the 9th from 7:30 to 11 at Middle Tennessee Christian School, and we're asking everybody to come out. Tickets are what, $8?
$10 for adults, 8 for children, and probably free for what, Five Below?
Yeah,
Five Below.
I'm 5.
Bring the kids. Bring the kids. We'll have Santa out.
Yes, we'll have Santa
He's
there.
He's excited to be there.
Oh, Santa is so excited. I have
personal
a direct line.
Yeah, this is
you
close.
have to get these scheduled, because he's very busy.
Well, hey, we're going to take our second break, and we'll be right back with you in just a minute.
Middle Tennessee Electric brings you the lighting of the downtown Murfreesboro Christmas tree December 1st at 5:30 in front of the local courthouse. See you at the family-friendly event that ushers in the holiday season at 5:30 December 1st. If you can't make it, watch it on Big G TV live on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Medicare open enrollment is here. Do you want to sit down with someone and review your coverages for the upcoming year? We'd love to see you. Call Cover My Assets Insurance Group today so we can make an appointment for your policy review. Our services are free, and we can even come to you. We are a local agency that puts our community first. Find us on Facebook or visit our website at covermyassets.com. That's covermyassets.com.
Encourage spiritual growth in friends and family with Kathleen Coffey's new daily read, The Word Account, a poetic devotional.
Each new day will bring new meaning, with simple, yet eloquently written words that are inspired by Scripture.
Kathleen Coffey will be personally signing copies of her newly released daily devotional between 11 and 4 at Mills Family Pharmacy on Friday, December 1st.
Coffey's new daily devotion, The Word Account, a poetic devotional.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstirepros.tn.com.
Celebrate Christmas downtown Friday, December 1st, 6 p.m. Close your eyes and imagine snow falling over the tree being lit, Santa Claus and his elves, live reindeer, carriage rides, free hot cocoa, cookies, games, and crafts for the kids. A bell choir, dancers, performers, and singers all around the square celebrate Christmas downtown with stores open for shopping Friday, December 1st, historic downtown Murfreesboro.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
And good morning and welcome back to the third and final segment of Tuesday Mornings with Rick and Wayne. And we've had a lot of fun this morning talking about food and fellowship and reaching out to our neighbors through Rotary. We have Randy Allen and Lisa Nolan and Andrew Peck. Finally got it correct.
You'll never forget that.
I'll never forget it. And we're, this has been a lot of fun for Rick and I. It's just, getting to talk about helping people, and that's one of our missions.
Andrew, you're over sponsors. How
yes,
does
sir.
If somebody wants a sponsor, how do they find you?
MurfreesboroRotary.org.
There you go.
So picking up from the last segment. So we're on the website. You can actually access the sponsor form there. You can contact me directly at 615-337-5853 by calling or text, or email me at apeck@libertyfcu.org. Or if you run into any Murfreesboro Rotarian, they can point you in my direction as well. So, and we are, in order to get all the print advertising done, we have a deadline of the 5th, but we absolutely will take sponsors past the pancake breakfast if we need to. So you can contact us all the way up to the date of. We would love to have a sponsor and find a way to recognize you. And again, keep in mind this money goes into the Murfreesboro Rotary Foundation here. That money is used to issue grants to local nonprofits who are helping those in our community. So a sponsorship of Hotcakes and Holly goes directly to our neighbors to help them with housing, food, or literacy in our community.
So that foundation is a 501c3, so it is a taxable deduction for folks, and then along with the sponsorship comes tickets. So they businesses could take these tickets and give them to their employees as as an incentive.
Absolutely. So you'll have advertising, you'll have tickets, you'll be, if you make the cutoff, you'll be printed on our placemats. At the tables, you'll have social media advertising, potentially depending on your sponsorship level, plus the tickets available to your employees or friends or family or whoever, which leads me to tickets. So Lisa, how do folks get tickets?
Okay, so you can get tickets at the door. What are you pointing to? Oh, you can get tickets at the door, and as you said earlier, contact any Rotarian. If you don't know who they are, ask me. Randy.
And the location again
is going to be at Middle Tennessee Christian School in the old gym. And
I presume parking is not going to be an issue.
Parking is not an issue. Not an issue.
That's an attractive opportunity.
Yes, and for some, if they just want to get them to go, we've had people that don't want to say, I understand why they don't want to stay and talk to Santa or just their neighbors, but some want to take it to go.
Why wouldn't you want to talk to Santa?
I know it. So you can have it to go, or you can sit there and enjoy the community.
I think we've left out that we're not only talking to Santa, but we will have an opportunity to write a letter to Santa that he can keep in his coat pocket for the list of whatever you want for Christmas. So we've got Santa and letter writing available.
Well, from our conversation earlier, we don't want you writing one because it'd be hard to read.
No.
I'm left-handed, so I'm not going to get very far either.
All my Santa letters have been typed just to make sure he knows what I'm looking for.
I have a couple of grandchildren I think would be thrilled to get to talk to Santa that day.
That's right.
I just got a text. I've just confirmed that Trent Denson with Spread the Positive will be doing a live podcast from Hotcakes and Holly.
Oh, that's great.
On that day. So come out and get on his podcast, he'll be talking to different people as well. One of the things, I think, during this time of year, we're all, Christmas parties and shopping, and this is just a great way to start your day. You'll see some people make some new friends, see Santa Claus bring the kids out, and if you're going to to the mall, to a craft fair, to a family event later in that day, you will have started off that day by making an impact on your community. So I think it's like I said, it's a holiday tradition that's been going on for, what is this, the 18th year?
Let's see.
18th annual. Yep, the 18th year. So we want to, get everybody that we can out. You said parking won't be an issue. I hope it is an issue. I hope they're parking on Memorial. That's what I want to see.
Sure.
It's going to be rain or shine. It's all indoors. So come on out. The weather will not have an impact on it. We're looking forward to. I've also our new district governor, Betty. I've lost her name. But,
senior moment, huh?
Yeah. Sorry to say somebody else's name, but she. What is it?
It's not Burchett, is it?
Yeah, Betty Burchett will be there. She's going to volunteer to be our greeter, and we'll be shaking hands and introducing herself to different people throughout the day. And so we're glad to have her. She's out of the Clarksville area, and so it'll be good to see a lot of Rotarians, but also to show her the impact that our club and our community, this community support for our club. So
God bless you guys for your efforts. I mean, you're the number of people you're impacting is just, I guess there's really not any way of knowing how many people you impact.
No.
I guess it really doesn't matter how many. We just know that we are.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good point.
Well, it does your heart good. We've been handing out checks the last couple of meetings to a lot of the nonprofits we're having in. We had a sponsors day for a fish fry that we had people come in giving thanks. But when you see those checks going out for not $50, but thousands of dollars to these nonprofits, it sure helps them with budget time into year. It's tough.
It is.
And housing, of course, it's an issue, but food insecurity is probably an even bigger issue in our, not only our community but throughout the nation. And the thought of a child going to bed hungry or waking up to no food just tears at my soul.
And one thing I haven't mentioned, which I probably should have mentioned earlier, that today is Giving Tuesday. And so there are a lot of nonprofits. I'm seeing a lot of social media, a lot of direct messages, emails that have come to me just this morning reminding me that, hey, today is Giving Tuesday. It's, there's Thanksgiving, then Black Friday, then Small Business Saturday, then Cyber Monday, and then Giving Tuesday.
Wow.
And so it's just a way today. A lot of organizations have donors who have said, I will match the first $1,000, the first $10,000. So you have an even greater opportunity today to give back and to make a meaningful impact on your local nonprofits, on the issues that these are people that are addressing the issues in our community. If you're waiting around for government or somebody to come along and solve your problem, a lot of times these nonprofits are the ones on the front lines every day. If you're talking about homelessness, housing, food, clothing, the main issues, but we have them all right here in Rutherford County.
Randy, I think that sometimes for some people, the giving hesitancy comes from wondering, who do I give to, right? How do I find all these organizations? Where do I write the check? And one of the amazing things about Rotary is that we have a thoughtful and intentional process to choose local nonprofits solving those problems. And it's really a great place to donate money to, because we're going to be a good custodian of that money. And, we're going to keep it local people, and we're going to identify those organizations. Like I think I mentioned in the first segment, it seems like about 60% of the weeks that we have a meeting, we're listening to someone who has dedicated their life to helping those in our community. So if you're not sure where to give your money, Rotary is a great place. Any Rotary club, of course, we'd love it to be hotcakes and holly and give you some pancakes for it. But we will take good care of that money, and we will make sure it goes to impact people here in Rutherford County and most likely in Murfreesboro. So give us a try.
And the other thing is, there is no administrative fees. We all do this through volunteer. Nobody in Rotary gets a check to do what we're doing. So. Yep. I think that's right. Pretty cool. Everything goes back to the community.
Exactly. So next weekend, we got your weekend planned out if you're listening. So Friday, if you think, I said it last week, the Stones River Fraternal Order Police has got their annual Tip a Cop. It's at Toots in Smyrna. It's from 11 to 1. So you can come out there and eat lunch, and all that money goes to. We try to do over 50 kids that are, we try to get them coats and some toys, and they got to get a coat and a pair of shoes for winter and everything else. So we try to do that. That's part of what police do that nobody ever really sees. They see that 2-minute blip, but that's kind of our program we do. But that's on Friday, so then they can go home with their bellies full at lunch and get up the next morning and be hungry again and be at 7:30.
That's right.
Beating the doors down at Middle Tennessee Christian for y'all's event as well. But thank y'all for coming.
Yes, thank you.
You're always welcome to come back. This is
Thank
awesome.
you to Rotary.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Hope everybody enjoyed our show today, and we'll be back with you again next week. We've got a special guest next week. Looking forward to it, so please tune in. But we'll talk to you guys next week.